Hello everyone. Uh, Before starting my talk, I would like to introduce myself. I'm from Bangladesh. I'm working at a leading ISP, Bangladesh. I have started my career back in 2009 as a system administrator. Then I have been incorporated security in it because, as you have heard earlier, I love to break things. I don't know why, but I love to break things, and that's drove me actually study into security. Today I'll be talking about the security myth of IPv6 and DNS64. Uh, IPv6 is not new in Southeast Asia. Uh, in Bangladesh, there are a couple of companies have already deployed it, but in India, as I have found out, there are lots of interesting things are going on. So people are saying that IPv6 is something that okay, my talk is about the journey that we have started in 2016 at Link 3. Why we have selected to deploy IPv6 and what are the challenges we have faced at the deployment time. Then the myths, what people have told us before deployment, what we have find out at the phase 1 of deployment, and the associated IPv6 protocol security. And at last, I will told you the do's and don't, what you have to do and what you don't have to. Uh, as an ISP internet service provider, we have almost 50,000 active user, which is huge. But we are planning to expand almost 500K gradually. So, and we are almost running out of IPv4 address. That is what uh, put us to deploy IPv6 into our infrastructure. We have tested in our infrastructure in office network, but we haven't been deployed it into our end user level because there are some security policies and operation policies has to write down, and our management is working on that. Challenges uh, we have before deployment, we had to calculate some uh, facts that global internet is not ready for IPv6 only. There are a couple of applications. There are lots of websites which are actually hard coded to IPv4 only. So if we are planning to deploy IPv6 only, that will not work for us. As an ISP, we are heavily dependent on Cisco devices, and Cisco has informed us that if we are going for deployment production phase, then we need to have NAT64, which is a network part. Then it came out about bandwidth management. It was actually way more complex than we thought. Uh, then later on, we find out that general Wi-Fi router, which is called as AP, access point, those things doesn't support one of the technologies of IPv6. And we have lots of Windows and Linux system. If it is working, if it will work or not, that was also our in consideration. And obviously, last but not the least, the overhead cost. To deploy NAT64 and DNS64, it will cost lower than we think. So, and as we are planning to deploy almost 500K user for 500K user, so we need to think lots of fact. Things we have come up that the existing bandwidth manager that we have and the ISPAM firewall both support dual stack, both the IPv4 and IPv6. All of our Linux and Windows system has by default support of IPv6, except our DNS server. I will talk about this later on. Our host-based IDS and host-based firewall also support IPv6 and its ACLs. As an ISP, we need to go for XLAT, which is a technology to deploy IPv6 from the provider end, and we will have NAT64 at our network phase and DNS64 as our system. Dual stack position will be deployed for infrastructure, and for end user, we will deploy only IPv6. We will not provide any IPv4 address for any of our end user. And DNS64 will be managed by Bind and CentOS 6 operating system, which is popular. I think you guys are familiar with it. Okay, before going further, can I ask you some question? How many of you are from IP network, working as a system administrator? Oh, I am not asking you. You are not allowed to answer here today. No one? Okay. One. Okay, great. Two. How many of you? Three. How many of you are working as a system administrator? Linux or Windows based? 4, 5, 6. Great. Cool. How many of you are working as a security expert or security analyst? Cool. There are not that much difference between IPv4 services and IPv6 services. Web is as it is. The difference is only the IP. TCP, UDP protocol are the same, but there is a big difference in ICMP IPv4 and in IPv6. In my session, I will not talk about the basics. How can you calculate the IPv6 address? And I will not talk about the advanced part of it. Just a basic overview to make you interested. You study on IPv6 and deploy it on your infrastructure. Myths, what we have been told and what we have found out. There are two myths we have encountered. One is some people are saying that my network is IPv4 only, which is not supported IPv6 by default. And another one is IPv6 technology is too new to attack. These things are not true. Here is the, here you can see, this screenshot has been taken from a freshly installed Linux system. And at the deployment phase, configuration installation phase, I have disabled and ignored IPv6 address, but somehow IPv6 address has been assigned over here. This is because of auto configuration options. I will show you later on. If you are disabling IPv6 from your system, it will not happen. If you disable it from your network interface card or from the kernel, it will obviously connect it with the services. This is it. As you can see, SSH, HTTP, and SMTP. So you need to disable the IPv6 function from the services also, which is not actually feasible because the world is moving on IPv6, and you can't disable it as you want. You need to also move forward. Second one is IPv6 is too new to be attacked. This is not also true. Yeah, the techniques and tactics are quite different. Yeah, but not the same, kind of same. You can use SMARF attack as DDoS, and then you can flood the DHCP spoofing, the DAD attack, which is a duplicate address deduction, which is one of the technology that how is your infrastructure or LAN has the unique IPv6 address configured in it or not. I will show you some hardening facts later on. Outcome of myth is too simple. IPv6 is not less, not more secure than IPv4, and best security measure is you need to increase your knowledge, and mindset is need to be changed accordingly. Protocol to be considered before deployment. There are four main protocol, which is ICMP, NDP, Neighbor Discovery Protocol, and DHCP and DNS64. I'll be talking about DNS64 more. But before talking about DNS64, I need to show you what we had back in 2016 when we have started our journey to deploy IPv6. We have authoritative and recursive, both the services configured into one single system, which was actually has the OS CentOS 5. Yeah, it is. It was about to obsolete, and we don't have that much resources. Though it was a server hardware, but it was not adequate to serve a DNS system for a ISP like us. We came out that OS version is about to absolute. Actually, it was announced end of support back in 2016. Our resources was too high utilization, and we are not able to search log quite easily because the log system was not configured like that. Before it was handed over to me. Things we have come up. We have upgraded our system into CentOS 6, 64-bit operating system. Then we have divided two services, authoritative and recursive, into two separate servers. Recursive, we have configured the recursive server as chroot mode, which has increased the security posture of it. And the recursive server was served as a caching DNS system. So our main purpose was to serve our user a faster DNS query. Then we calculate the session, how much session was generated for our recursive DNS system. We have deployed our recursive server into IP Anycast, and we have deployed 6 different server located in 6 different states in Bangladesh, but all of them are serving from a single IP. That is IP Anycast was all about. Then, most importantly, we have configured our log system of our DNS server based on the query criteria, so that we can find out what is query log, what is security log, what are the errors, what are the problems go around. This was the hardware resources. As you can see, 8 GB of RAM, DDR4, and we have choose hard disk. This is most important for a caching DNS server. This is set as 15K RPM. It is more efficient than a hard disk of 7.2K RPM. Operating system was CentOS 6.9, 64-bit. We have used IP tables as our firewall for our DNS system. We didn't use any IDS or IPS into our DNS because as an ISP, we cannot block or put ACL onto some things. We need to allow so many things. That is why IP tables was in our consideration as our firewall. With the new system, we have configured DNS64, which is the main part of IPv6 deployment, into our recursive system, not at our authoritative DNS server. But somehow we forgot to tune properly the kernel for performance tuning, also for security tuning, and also for IP tables, and forgot to calculate the log volume. As we are storing all the logs, query log and session log, everything, we actually forget to calculate for it. Then suddenly we find out that our session was 4,000 per second. It hit and it increased to 5,000 per second, which was too big. Per second 5,000 query. Query response, people are asking and complaining that they are getting slow response. They cannot browse. Their email transaction is being hampered because of the slow response of DNS system. And most importantly, hard disk was about to fill up with the log stored, because for each every single log, we there are two lines, one for IPv4 and another for IPv6. As you can see, this is for IPv4 query response, and this is for IPv6. Uh, any user who are searching or browsing any website or any domain, DNS64 system is entering two of the response query. One is for IPv4 and second one is IPv6, which was synthesized by the DNS64 system. Action we have taken based on the scenario we have faced over there. Uh, we are almost having 4 GB of log data on every hour, which was really huge, and we have configured the log rotation based on the size, and we have decided to move all the logs uh, based on the size on every hour. So we have set it up a cron job for it, and we move all the logs in every hour to a central point. Performance tuning was we have decided to actually this configuration has been done into systemctl. Those who are working on Linux, you already have known it. By default, value is 65,000. 65,000 concurrent session can handle any Linux system by default. We have increased it into 4 times. First, we have decided to configure it in 130,000. Then we faced the same problem, the query issue and the domain resolve issue. Then we have triple it. Now it is okay. Second line, you can change the kernel configuration with this command. This is all the performance tuning we have done into our system. For security tuning, we have decided to stop the router advertisement from the server, because it is not necessary to act as server like a router. It will serve only the DNS query and only on the services it has configured in it. We have disabled router for all and by default. Then we have stop IPv6 ICMP6 to redirect from the server because of the DDoS attack. If you are not configured it as like this, people who are not aware of IPv6 and auto configured into his desktop can act as anomalies and generate a huge traffic, use IPv6 ICMP6. These lines was configured for DAD related attack, which is duplicate address detection. If your network is configured with DHCP version 6 and auto configuration is enabled over there, it cannot be applied. We have applied it because we never configured any system with auto configuration option, which is seriously not feasible for us. We have configured all our systems manually, so all the host and services has unique static IP. So we don't have to find out that if our network is configured with unique IP address. All those 6 lines is for stopping the DAD attacks. This is for IP tables. IP tables is for IPv4 and IP6 tables is working for IPv6. If you are configuring IP tables into your system and you are having your system with IPv6, then it will not work as you want. So what you have to do, you have to configure your IP6 tables accordingly. This is to stop the link local address function, which is been used for smart attack. It is also a function of DDoS attack. You can use smart attack for DDoS. You can change it from 1 to 10. For a demo purpose, I have only inserted one line. Rest of the line is for actually disabling the ICMP DDoS attack. We have configured ICMP DDoS attack hardening both from the IP tables and from the kernel, just because if you are working with the kernel, the firewall does not know. Firewall cannot be shown as like that. But for security hardening, we have configured both of them, both from the kernel and IP tables. Those don't. IPv6 is seriously moving faster. So if we want to step down, if we want to sit back, it will not work for us. You guys have to study. There are lots of resources out there. You need to keep updated according to your knowledge. And if you are interested to deploy IPv6 into your infrastructure, don't deploy it for IPv6 only. Use dual stack for infrastructure, and if it is not Office, you are a service provider, then use IPv6 only for your end user. Most importantly, make an inventory of your existing system and go for what you need. Don't go for what you want, because what you want will not actually work for you to deploy a new technology like IPv6. This is a static of IPv6 support, which is collected back in 2018 by IPv6.net. As you can see, India and Bangladesh is not over there. Yeah, Bhutan is there. So Alicia can talk about this later on, I think. And for dual stack user tested, there is also India and Bangladesh is not over there. So we are really in backward position. We need to keep update ourselves. I think this is all for me today. Is there any questions regarding anything? Deploy IPv6 into your system or infrastructure? Anything?
We have some time for questions, so.
What is your main challenge in getting Bangladesh and by extension India to the top of that chart? Is it, well, security is clearly not a problem because you've got that under control. Is it mostly management reluctance to move into the future? Or are there technical reasons not to just turn IPv6 on right now with the security measures you've got in place?
In our organization, I have faced personally, in fact, was managerial, because our management is not decided what to do with the operation policy and the security policy, what it can be, and I believe they are fair with the deployment cost. Deployment cost is huge. Deploy IPv6 for a large network like Link3 technologies, and yeah, funding is one of them. So this is some kind of it, the main challenge. And actually, we haven't finished deploy IPv6 into our network. We have just finished our phase 1. Phase 2 will be going, will be started after July or August, I believe.
Any more questions?
If anyone interested, yeah. Oh, Philip.
I can keep asking questions until other people ask questions. It's the first talk of the day. Everyone is probably still shy or something. Do you still have enough legacy IPv4 addresses, or are you deploying carrier-grade NAT or other crimes against humanity to stretch the IPv4 address space further than it was ever meant to go?
We will have IPv4 legacy existing. We will not change anything of it, but we have decided to go dual stack for our infrastructure, and we will have PLAT, as you said, provider grade LAT. We will use NAT64 and DNS64 for it, and we will not provide any IPv4 to our end user, only IPv6. So we don't have to worry about the carrier gate. We will concentrate on more on provider.
All right, thank you.
Will you able to handle the IPv4 to v6 tunnel and 6 to 4 tunnel in terms of ISP security?
Sorry?
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I am talking about IPv4 to v6 tunnel. As an ISP, how you would able to protect it, or there is no way to achieve it?
We haven't tested on that factor, but we are planning to test about the tunnel, what would be the problem, or how can it be mitigated if something happens on the tunnel. Basically on IPsec, you are asking. Yeah.
When you made the switch, how many of your users noticed that their IP changed?
Sorry.
When you made the switch, how many of your users actually noticed something changed? How many of your users actually noticed that their IP changed?
Oh, yeah. Actually, we didn't deploy IPv6 onto our end user. We have tested into our office network a few months back. So we have configured all the workstation manually. So all the workstation has unique IPv6 address, and we disabled DHCP version 6 by default. So there won't be any DAD attack or SMART attack. That was our preliminary posture for security hardening.
More questions?
Okay, those who are working on system, raised your hand few moments earlier. Do you have any questions? Are you familiar with IPv6? You tested the network connections, network statistics.
Hi. So other than extending the address space, what are the benefits IPv6 offers?
The main benefit is you have a chunk amount of IPs, and there is no end of it. That is the only benefit, I think. One important thing, if you guys are interested to learn more about IPv6, you can join EPNIC. EPNIC is conducting training and workshop as a webinar. And you can also participate on SANOC. India is a part of SANOC. So there will be a SANOC 36, most probably, Philip. SANOC 32. Yeah, SANOC 32 will be held in Dhaka on next August. There is a program of fellowship, so you guys can apply for it and get some knowledge on IPv6 deployment challenges, security posture, anything you want.
Yeah, we have a lot.